Good evening. This is All Sports with LD coming back at you with another YouTube post from my YouTube channel. Before I get started, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. So let's get to it. 2021 in the sport of boxing, there were many good fights this year. To name a few, there was Stevenson versus Herring. You had Canelo winning the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. You had Joshua versus Usyk. There was Fury versus Wilder. Also Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter. Dennis Ugas versus Manny Pacquiao. Just to name a few of those fights. Also, David Benavidez. I forget the young man that he fought. But this year had a lot of good fights. But in my opinion, there's only one fight that I think is the fight of the year for 2021. And that is the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. Even though Tyson Fury was the winner, I can honestly say that both fighters put on a great show. It was an exciting heavyweight championship. Both fighters, in my opinion, secured their Hall of Fame legacy. Both of these fighters gave it their all. And honestly, I would be shocked if I see either one of these fighters in another fight. The 3 fights that these 2 fighters engaged in took a lot out of them. I believe even Tyson Fury said more recently, probably a week or 2 after the fight was over, he said it took a lot out of him. These were 3 difficult fights for both men. Even though Tyson Fury won 2 out of 3, but all 3 of these fights were very grueling and took a toll on each man. So I would be really shocked if either one ever gets in the ring again. From round 1 to round 11, it was a very exciting fight. I believe there were 5 knockdowns in the fight. This fight had you on edge, or at least had me on edge. Even though I was rooting for Deontay Wilder, I can appreciate and respect the fight that was in Tyson Fury. Even after getting knocked down twice, he dug deep. He refused to lay down, and he came back and ultimately won the fight by a knockout. But both of these men, I tell you, hats off to them because they put on a phenomenal show. Out of all the fights that I've seen in 2021, I don't think either of those fights have matched the magnitude of this fight, given the fact that it was postponed. It was originally supposed to be fought in July, but it was postponed until October. So you had a lot of build up to this fight. Even before the supposed July fight, you also had COVID, where 2020 boxing was pretty much shut down for the time being. So you really had this magnitude of build up. And I think the fans got what they were waiting for. Each fighter gave it their all. Each fighter gave 100%. one coming up short in Deontay Wilder, but he gave it his best. He dug deep in times where you thought he was just out on his feet. And the shots he was getting hit with throughout the fight, it was surprising to me that he lasted until the 11th round. Same thing with Tyson Fury. The shots he was getting hit with, I was surprised that he even got up with 2 knockdowns. And it just goes to show you that each man proved something this night. That they are true champions and future Hall of Famers. My hat's off to Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. In my opinion, the fight of the year for 2021. Hopefully 2022 gives us some exciting fights. I can't wait. But for now, this is all I have. Have a good one.